What we do here is go back.
What are you doing?
It's because we got the new intro, so I'm like,
Okay, baby. I didn't
like-
marry you for your rhythm. You got no rhythm.
look,
Nope. No.
like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nope.
Take it back.
Nope.
All right, that's not working. So, yeah,
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Talking up with Cindy and Jerry.
that was wrong. I'm leaving that in there so they can see how you treat me.
That's just being brutally honest.
Yeah, that's like stabbing, as always. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, everybody?
How's it going, everybody?
So we got this was on the list to talk about, but we kind of moved it up. Bad neighbors.
Oh, so
And we don't have.
we don't have bad neighbors. It's bad neighbor around the corner.
So, right. So prior to writing this, and we kind of, like probably everybody does, even like in series and shows, you write it out. Like I said, this was probably like 4 or 5, maybe 6 episodes down the road. But
Yeah, but
because
yeah,
what happened,
it's too-
we bumped it up.
Yeah, it's still too raw. Like I said, we're unscripted. We talk about life as it happens.
Right. So I think the way to say it is when I wrote the ideas, we don't have any bad neighbors.
Well, we hadn't had any situations.
Right.
At
So
that point.
let's take it from that point that, from my left to my right to front of me, behind us,
They're awesome.
great neighbors.
Amazing neighbors.
Yeah,
No
down the
drama.
block, down this block.
They're amazing.
Our block is not a cul-de-sac, but it's a U.
Kind of like a horseshoe.
So you have a main avenue.
It's
Not a main
horseshoe
avenue.
with a cul-de-sac.
No, that's not a cul-de-sac.
That's a cul-de-sac over there.
Oh, it is. It
Yes,
is.
it is.
All right, so let me kind of visualize it, and maybe I'll throw a little thing in the video. But this is the main roads, skyline,
You come into our street,
and our block is a U.
and within our block, in the center.
So if you go this way, this is our block that goes like this back to that main road. In between, we have another block and a cut between the 2 blocks.
Yes.
And you're right. In this U off the corner, we have a cul-de-sac. So I want to say our block is a community
Kind of, yes.
because we have now a block
Basically,
party.
you don't live in this block or in the cul-de-sac. There's no reason for you
No,
to
there
come into
isn't.
a block.
Everybody likes to do it because we live in a lake community, so they kind of loop into our block, go into you, and then come right
when
back
they
out.
walk, so they walk in their
But
cars.
otherwise, yeah, mostly,
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Cause,
it is.
for
And you
us-
get to see other people
Yes.
that you know in the surrounding neighborhood of it.
Yes, but it's cool, like for block parties and the kids growing up, because, like we said, unless you live on the block, there's no reason for you to cut through
No,
here.
there
So
isn't.
the kids
No.
ride their bikes on the street.
Their bikes, they play
used
ball.
to play manhunt when our other ones were younger. They don't
Yeah.
do that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Yeah, no, no, not working. No,
I want to bring rhythm into it now.
no.
This is bad.
So we had a.
Well, we had a block, so we started doing a block party.
We had a block. We usually
heard-
have a block party in the fall.
Yes. So we heard that there used to be block parties before because
Before
at
we
one
lived
time
here, yes.
a storm came through and the tree hit one of the houses. And it was kind of also a fundraiser.
Yes, many years ago.
And
before
they
we
kept it
lived
going
here.
for about 5 to 7 years, and then it just stopped. And then, somebody heard about it and said, hey, let's do it.
Let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah.
I think this year will be our 3rd year doing it.
Fourth.
Fourth. But one of the neighbors said, hey, let's have a small one in May, April.
Kind of like, well, it's not the same because usually our fall one is like we grill.
Yeah.
And we have a giant inflatable.
Oh, yeah,
that
we
gets
do. We
booked
do have a
and
lot of stuff,
everything.
yeah. Yes.
This one was just the first time, kind of like a potluck.
Potluck, everybody
Like
get together.
Spring.
Bring on, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was fun.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
There's so much food. Everyone.
And I think, like I said,
Loves
we've
getting
got to
together.
bring now activities for the adults.
Yes, like the
Because the
Jenga
kids have
and
the
things like that.
yeah,
They have
Jenga,
the kids have the inflatable.
cornhole, whatever it is, just for us to
Yes.
not just sit there and drink and eat, but you know, really kind of entertain and stuff like that.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. So
We have a disgruntled neighbor that lives at the edge of entering
Our
kind
neighborhood.
of the horseshoe,
yeah,
who likes to
calls on everything.
torment the rest of the neighbors.
And what it is this is as you walk by, this is his yard right here, and he has 2 dogs.
They're
which
very aggressive.
are very aggressive. I haven't heard that they bit anybody, but if you
Oh no,
walk by,
I heard that they bit somebody at the park.
oh, they did.
Yeah, one of the dogs.
So they come to the fence. Now, somebody said they have jumped over the fence. One of them.
Yes.
Our son was walking from school. The bus
From the bus stop.
Yeah, the bus stop was over there. Walking probably closer, maybe on the side, not in the middle of the street, on that side. And the dogs ran by and
started barking.
It started barking
aggressively,
him, and he got startled
He got
and stuff like-
startled and took off running because he thought they were going to jump over the fence.
yeah. And the neighbor cursed him out or like yelled at him. Like,
he
hey,
assumed that he did something to
the
get the
dogs.
dogs going.
Yeah.
And he didn't do anything to get the dogs going. The dogs usually...
he's done this. Our son is just, he's a little hyper focused, so he just, hey, I'm going to come home and then I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to do my homework. I'm going to do what I want to do. Maybe I'll go outside a bit, but, just coming in,
Yeah.
he's going to come in and eat. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, he came home startled.
and one of the other kids saw it.
Oh, she was mad. She was
She
so
told
mad.
her
She
mom.
told her mom, yeah.
You
And my
know,
mom called me.
Yeah, and told you actually what happened. And
Yeah.
you went like, mother
Listen,
bear, like,
I went
straight up New York
gangster.
City, Bronx.
Yeah, I just threw up. My son looked at me.
I
he goes,
wasn't
"Where?"
there.
He goes, "Where are you going?" I'm like, I birthed you. I yell at you. I reprimand you. No one has the right to reprimand you but your father or I do. So I went hood. Yep. Listen, I'm pretty sure none of my neighbors have ever heard me curse
Or
or
scream.
yell that loud.
Well, she knew. Went on the phone. She was like, "Oh, it's on, right?" She was.
Oh,
like,
the girl, the one that called me, she
other
heard
mother.
me walking down because I was on my cell phone, and she's like, "You need to calm down." I'm like, no one yells at my kid for no reason. He tried to cover his dog's actions by yelling at my son, making it like it was his fault. And I went hood. I went down there. I threw a lot of F-bombs. I told him, the nerve of you. You don't yell at my son. If you have a problem, you come and knock on my door. I told him, I'm not the one to mess with. I'm not going to take this lightly. I'm a hood rat. I just polished off nicely. And he actually called me the B word.
yeah.
He said he was going to call the cops. So I went Medea on him. I'm like, hey, call the police. I'm not scared of the police.
Not scared of the popo.
Heck no, I'm not scared of the popo.
Did you have like? No, you don't have a gun. Like, go ahead.
Nah, I was pointing my finger. I was yelling at the top of my lungs. I'm not the one to mess with. Don't mess with my kid. He don't
Yeah.
bother nobody.
Yeah.
You picked the wrong kid.
And we know already this person has a
lot of issues.
Like he got, we didn't invite him to the block party because
Nobody likes him. He
him.
causes too much drama.
And he was upset that he wasn't invited to the block party. But
So he called the cops on everybody.
yeah, he calls the cops.
Twice.
Yeah, when we first of all, the full block party is with a permit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we're allowed to have this block party. It doesn't go into the wee hours of the night.
No, it's
during
over
the day.
by 8 o'clock.
And everybody's there, enjoys it, except but we don't invite that person because he just
annoys everyone.
he knows everybody. If you're walking by or if he hears fireworks, he calls the cops for every little thing, and sometimes
He's just wasting
he calls them
taxpayers'
like
money.
yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm
It's
like,
a waste of taxpayers' money.
Well, that's why I said I don't understand how come the cops just don't tell this person like, hey, you really abusing the service. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They don't like you. You don't like them.
He's taking services away from something that can really be dangerous.
Right.
Just
right.
because he wants to be annoying.
Right. But go ahead. Tell your story.
So yeah, I went off on him. So he called the cops on me. I started walking back to my house, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to call the cops on him because he disrespected my son.
Yeah.
So as I called the precinct,
They said somebody was there
they
already.
said, well, they're heading to his house already. I said, oh, okay. So I'll be walking right back
Right.
to give my input.
Right.
So as I'm walking back, he's pointing. He goes, yeah, that's her. So I was like, yeah, that's me, the mother of the kid you disrespected. And in front of the cops, he called me the B word.
Which I'm
Which
surprised.
made him look like a jerk.
Yeah,
to
I'm
the cops.
surprised. Here's the thing. That's a verbal assault.
Yeah.
So when you go there, you have to make sure that
I'm actually going to say that. You know what? He called me the B word
in front of the cop, which
and
was
they
a
didn't
verbal
even bother
assault.
to do a thing.
There was no citation. There was no warning. So it needs to be also added to this that
added to the report.
Yeah,
That he
yeah.
was disrespectful.
Yeah, you gotta. So I told her, look,
I'm just going to play his game.
you gotta play the game.
So because like you guys know, I'm on my workout journey and everything. So on beautiful days, I do walk my neighborhood. I walk around the lake.
Sure, you should be able to.
So from now on, I'm going to go tit for tat. I'm going to pull my phone out. You guys might see it every now and then because I will post it. I will walk past his house with my phone out and show how aggressive his dogs are. Now listen to me. I love dogs. We had a dog for
Absolutely.
15 years.
Yeah. And I grew up with dogs.
And I don't have a problem with animals. I do love animals. But if a dog is aggressive and I feel it's going to harm my child or somebody else's child, I'm going to open my mouth and say something.
Yeah.
And I told him when the cops were there, if your dog goes over the fence and breaks skin on my child or one of the other children on our neighborhood, I will get a petition going to put your dog down or to have them muzzled.
Right.
Because if you can't control your animals, then don't leave them roaming a yard with the fence that's not even 5 feet tall.
No, because they've leaped over.
They have leaped over. You know, and a lot of the other parents in the neighborhood agree with me. They're like, yeah, the dog.
So it was definitely the conversation of the block party.
It was the conversation of the block party,
You know,
even on top of the fact that he kept calling the cops.
Yeah, so he called the cops twice.
The first time was with an assumption of fireworks.
There was assumption of fireworks, and the music's too loud. Well, the music was a
bean.
A bean or
speaker.
pill. That's it. You know, when we have the big block party where we
have speakers and
I have 2 large speakers on the stands. I have an amp, and I just play it through my iPad. I've done this for a while, for years.
Yeah, but yesterday we only had a bean.
No, yeah.
You couldn't even hear it down the block.
Absolutely. No, if you were sitting over here, you're not going to hear it if you're over there.
You didn't hear it at the end of the block.
On that stretch, yeah,
No.
you had, so I had it in the middle.
He was just being
but
annoying.
Yeah, no,
he was just, and the cops are aware. They know that he's annoying because they say, we just have to show up. We know you guys aren't doing anything, but we have to.
I just didn't like that when he called again and said, hey, because they're having this little get-together, there may be fireworks. I'm like, okay, so you came down because someone called you that there may be fireworks later on?
Which there wasn't.
But there wasn't. But my thought is, I've always heard this story where people call the cops like, hey, he's gonna beat her up. He's coming home, Well, we can't do anything.
If it hasn't happened, why bother?
Right, but you're coming because he's calling us something that hasn't happened through
everybody off.
3 squad cars.
Yes.
And listen, we have family in the local police force. We have family on government level and federal level in law enforcement. Mm-hmm.
So we know a little bit about the law.
Yeah, we know. I mean, we know a lot. You know what I'm saying? We know a lot of law enforcement people. Everybody does.
It was annoying.
We have him all stages, from federal to local.
Let's just say he pissed off a lot of the neighbors. Yeah. And one of the officers told us, you can just flip it and take a few of you guys and go down to
and make a complaint.
And make a complaint that he's harassing.
Yes.
So
that's what's gonna happen.
6 of the neighbors are going to go down and file a harassment complaint on him and flip the table on him because we're really fed up. And we're really a quiet neighborhood.
So then what happened is, that's the day before the block party. So now I go with my son. They're having a paper shredding event.
Yes.
And food drive.
Also happened earlier in the morning.
So I go with my son. We get some cans to the supermarket to donate to, and had some paperwork to just shred there. A lot of paperwork. We drive back, and I stopped.
You're still mad?
I'm upset, absolutely, because I never got my word in as a father.
And you felt pissed off that he disrespected me.
So I didn't catch that his truck was in there. I saw him. I'm like, hey, is he in the house? He's like, no, he stepped away. I said, well, tell him I'm going to come by. I said, because first, it's not his right to disrespect my son like that. You got an issue, you come to me and talk to me at my door, and we work it out.
Yeah, don't yell at me.
Yeah, you're going to call the cops. I'm like, for something that actually, it wasn't a killing, your dog, there's an injured, but whatever, you could play that game. And then I said, and then second, don't call my wife the B word. Who the fuck, who are you?
Yeah.
So, I did that. I came home, and we're getting ready for our little potluck block party, and the door rings. I go downstairs.
Distracted me from my
There's an officer outside, and I go, you got to be kidding me. He called. I haven't even gotten over there. Well, he said that you told the guy that you were going to come over. I'm like, yeah, but I haven't come over. He just doesn't want to have any issues, and this is that.
He's causing the issues.
I'm like, he's the one that's causing the issues. I'm like, he's the one, and he didn't know about yesterday, so we explained it to him. But it just.
It's soured everyone. No, he's soured
everyone, but now we're going to play the game. And I said, because our block is a U, and we're closer to this side of the entrance of our neighborhood, if my son does not want to go past that house and has to go all the way around, then
it's an emotional distress.
It's an emotional distress.
Yes, it is.
And then I'll take him to a place to get checked out, and then I get the paperwork, and I apply a lawyer, and
it's called
I told
lawsuit.
the officer, I told him, I'm going to play this game on a harder level. And the officer said, actually, you're in your right, and that's beyond our scope and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not going to set idle
while someone takes advantage and
especially a kid.
Yes,
You're gonna do it to adults, fine, and the adults could bicker. But when you do it to a child,
that's uncalled for.
absolutely, no
it's
way.
not tolerable.
You know, it's
and,
just
and our kid is not the only kid that's gotten spooked by these dogs.
Yeah, so sorry, we're gonna play the game hardball now.
Yeah, so
but,
this is gonna get ugly.
Yeah, it's gonna get. So we guess we have to give updates on this one.
Yeah, we will give updates from time to time on how
but
it's gonna get ugly when you go out in the
overall,
neighborhood.
we have been blessed with fantastic neighbors. We've heard the horror stories from all other areas in our town, and you see them on YouTube, and you see news
Everyone
reports
on our street and behind us are pretty cool.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
You know, no one has ever had an issue with anybody.
No, we have,
and if they
like
had,
you said, we have potluck parties.
yeah, and if they had, they really work it out
Yes,
because
they do.
you just don't really hear about it.
No,
And
but he doesn't even. He
doesn't.
Renting.
I don't even know if he's paying rent or not. I'll be honest.
He's living off the owner of that house, technically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
and listen, I'm one of those. I am an olive tree person. You know that. I don't know why, because I grew up in New York. That's maybe Manhattan.
Listen, people
not that you're not an olive tree.
No, I'm saying people on the block had problems with him.
Absolutely.
I would do my walks and I would wave. I would
wave.
smile.
Yes. Now we're not waving.
Now
I'm not waving.
Now
I'm
you'd be lucky if he'd be lucky if you don't get a middle finger.
You can't do that because he'll call.
I don't care if he calls.
He'll call.
Which
is freedom of speech.
Bring it on!
Freedom of speech.
Bring it on, buddy.
But,
it's freedom of speech.
Yeah, but
flipping the bird is freedom of speech. That's why you live in the United States of America.
Absolutely.
As long as I don't step on your property,
absolutely,
or touch you physically,
absolutely.
I can do whatever I want.
Absolutely.
So I can videotape and I can flip the bird as I walk past his house.
No, I hear you.
And you know what? He pushed his mama bear to the point.
No, she did. She was hyped, and then for me, I got really sour because
he couldn't put his word in.
I couldn't go.
He couldn't give him his 2
I mean,
cents.
I could have, but I told the officer, so basically don't walk over there. He was like, I'd rather you not, because then he's going to call. So I was like locked. I was like Superman in kryptonite chains. And she was like, what's the matter? I'm like, I didn't even want to go to the block party because I knew it was going to be a topic. Everyone was going to talk about it.
But it makes you feel good that everyone is on the same level.
Yeah, but it was a topic, but I couldn't put my stamp and say, you fucked, you screwed up. You screwed up. You fucked with the wrong family here, dude.
Yeah.
I don't play this. I even told the cop, I'm like, I'm from New York. I've been here for 20 years. I play by the rules. He kind of chuckled. No, I'm just saying, he could have, and I wasn't saying, like, hey, they could have been a beat down. I said he could have came to my door.
Well, this is what I was going to get into.
He could have came to my door.
So, I was so angry on my personal social media pages.
Oh, you did.
On my stories, I put Medea photos, called the popo. You pissed off the wrong mama.
He called that nighttime.
All my one of our friends.
Yeah,
my
Jesse.
nieces. I had to take the post down because I was so angry. I just needed to vent somewhere, and he wasn't home. And I guess family members started to see it, and I mean like the hood side of the family members.
Yeah.
And I started getting calls. Who do we got to go and beat down?
Yeah,
Who's messing with one of the kids? And I was like, don't worry, I took care of it.
Here's the funny part. It was I saw. One of those shorts influencer posts where the guy's talking about your 6 o'clock guy and your 2 o'clock morning guy. Mm-hmm. And your 6 o'clock guy, you're going to talk about work and issues at home and maybe your spouse is driving you crazy. The 2 o'clock guy is the guy you call and he's going to go, everything good? What's going on?
Oh, who do I got to hurt?
What? Hold on. Let me get my shit together. Or he's getting you know what I'm saying? He's getting a bat or whatever. He's like the 2 o'clock in the morning guy. You don't really have a lot of those. You've got maybe just
so we got one of those calls at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so he was like,
he's like, what's up?
I try to call Jerry because you know me. I'm the 2 o'clock in the morning guy because I've had that conversation.
What's up? Who's messing with the kid?
Yeah, so
I was all taken care of.
Yeah.
Then my niece called. All the way from Florida. She's like, do I got to jump on a flight? I'm like, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
She's like, you know how we are. We might polish off nice, but we still hood.
No, and that's why I told the cop. I'm like, I'll play by the rules. But I had to tell him. I said, but when I said that, it's not New York City. I'm going to go and beat you down because you just don't do that anymore.
No, but everybody got phones now.
You could have came to my house and said, you could have followed from a distance and said, hey, your son disturbed my dogs. And then if we would have argued, because I said, your dogs always jump. And that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? You call the cops and then, but no, you wanted to call the cops directly first.
Not only that, he wanted to yell at the kid.
And yelling at a kid? No, yeah.
And
so,
it's not right.
And I'm not going to be the person to abuse the situation that I walk by and I see that dogs aggressively come to the fence and call every time. Because I don't feel...
Listen, I've been walking past the fence for over a year now with my walks. And 70% of the time when they're out there, they're barking aggressively,
No, that's what I'm
following
saying.
you along the fence like
But
they want to eat you alive.
I don't want to be that person to call, first responders to waste their
to
time
take away from their
and
time,
say,
yeah.
"Hey, I was walking by and these dogs aggressively came toward me. They stayed within the fence, but I'm not that person." That was my argument. Is you're wasting resources on small. Now we live in a small town. Small towns are like that. I've been down in Florida and Tampa. I think it's rare I see the amount of they said that it's because they're busy taking care of real issues. So you don't really see them. Here you drive by and you'll see a cop car.
Because there's not that much crime.
It's not that much,
It's
but
not crazy here.
to take away a first responder's resources and
Over just nonsense.
your dog was barking. I mean, okay, not only that. You go, oh, it's that guy again. It's like number 12 on the calls already. Over time. It's just you got to have a discussion like, hey, stop with the calls.
Well, unfortunately, the two police officers that have come, and I already recognized who they are.
Yeah.
They're like, unfortunately, we have to show up.
But
it could be minuscule, but since he put the call in, we have to show up.
And I get that, but there should be a point where someone should address them and say, listen, all your calls are really not life-threatening calls. Or even if you're calling to...
There's time. Stop using the resources.
Stop using the resources for something that you could just...
Square out yourself.
Square it out. I mean, that's it.
Nobody got physically
Because
harmed.
I'm not going to do that. I could do it all the time. I could walk by 3 or 4 times a week. And every time the dogs come, hey...
Yeah.
And then when when the officer comes, I'm gonna say, well, I'm just doing what he does. I'm just gonna keep on calling until you guys do something about it.
We're not those type of people.
No, and I'm not. I'm not.
But I will be.
But we're gonna play the game
and have evidence.
Oh, stack it.
Yes.
Stack it. They always say when you're gonna approach a situation, and I'm just looking. I'm like, is this a square here, or is this just
That's part of the woods.
Sorry. I was like, what is that?
Well, no, we're gonna.
No, we're gonna stack it, and you gotta have the paperwork, and you gotta have
the neighbors are going to file harassment
Oh
charges against him.
yeah.
So
because you could have changed the cheek, and you could have said, "Hey, I'm really sorry."
He's not apologetic.
No, he's not. He's
just an asshole. And I said, you know what? You know how they say pets are like the owners. The dogs are assholes,
because
just like the owner.
He
made them assholes like him.
The cop was like kind of disagreeing with dogs are gonna be. You're right. Dogs are gonna be dogs, but I've seen.
No, we had a dog. He wasn't aggressive.
If you got an aggressive dog, we had when my daughter was younger, we had a dog. It was aggressive.
It was a little aggressive.
And I did my best to break him. He wouldn't break. And I called your brother and said, hey.
We gave him to my brother.
And it worked out.
He had no children.
No children. There are just certain dogs, no matter what, it's hard to break.
Aggressive
and I was upset. Right? I'm like, I felt bad giving him up, but, then we got Shadow.
Yeah.
Train him the same way. Everybody could take the food away. And, unless somebody was in the house striking the kid, he was not going to go. You could come in the house and
he was a happy-go-lucky. It was just a joke. We might get broken into. He'd probably befriend the robber.
Maybe
he
not.
He was so friendly.
But he was friendly. But if you was somebody like anybody that struck the kid, he would
get a little aggressive.
Yes. Like, hey, what's going on here?
But he was very friendly. And I told the neighbor, I said, listen, every now and then he would take off and go for a stroll.
And just walk around.
Walk the neighborhood. They knew who he was because he was tagged and he had identification.
Yeah.
Occasionally he would do a walk of shame home.
Yeah, he did.
Or they would bring him home. But we never had incident. Nobody ever complained that he was a barker because he didn't bark.
Yep.
I said, but these two dogs, I feel bad for the people that live across the street from him, diagonal from him, because they said the dogs are constantly barking if somebody walks by the house.
Yeah, I will be calling. See, again, you don't want to be calling every time.
Because you don't want to be taking those resources
But if you can't manage your dog not to bark every single moment, because there are ordinances for this.
Yes.
You
put a bigger fence up.
Don't. Just... Yeah, look, our neighbors behind us, their dogs, when Shadow used to come out there, they would bark. Yeah. That's the only time. They just didn't like Shadow. Or just those type of dogs.
Or even the neighbor diagonal behind us, behind the pool, who fenced.
Him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That when Shadow used to go out there, I don't know, are those the same neighbors or they're new neighbors now?
They were there when we had Shadow.
Okay, so
he's been there since 2019.
Yeah, and then that's it. Shadow would go inside. Shadow didn't care.
But even now, I spoke to him yesterday, and he was like, I see you in the backyard working. I'm like... And he goes, the dogs will bark a little, and then they calm down because they recognize you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're not annoying because they'll see me, they'll bark a little, and
No.
then they go do their own business.
Yeah.
But
it's
these
not
guys, dog,
Yeah.
they just follow you along the fence
Yeah.
and harass.
Yeah.
They're technically, they bark harassing you, like
Yeah.
to show you.
No,
that
and they
it's
give you that
annoying.
nerves that, wow, what happens if it jumps over?
Oh, if it jumps over,
You just grab that collar.
I'm a dog lover,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna kick him. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm not gonna get.
Yeah.
Listen, break skin, but I will kick you.
No, they
and I
say
will put
it's
you
not.
down.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
they say you grab the collar so you have a little bit more control of that head movement and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know, but
Yeah.
anyway, that is the topic. It was
I'm still
farther
peeved off.
down the list, but we had to bump it up
Yeah.
because of we do have great neighbors. Hopefully, you guys have great neighbors and.
Give us your
It's-
opinion.
it
Did
is-
we handle the situation right or wrong?
It's-
Give us your input. Give us any ideas of anything we can do to make the situation easier
Sure.
or better, or how to handle it
Sure.
without violence.
It's not 1980, man. It's just it isn't.
Um,
No, but like I said, he could have came over and listen. We would disagreed. I would have told him.
No, listen.
No way.
When-
My son didn't do that.
When
He's
the
not
rest
that
of the neighborhood agrees
Yeah.
with you
Sure.
and there it ends with him, then you know you didn't do anything wrong.
No, and that's it.
Um,
He's gonna feel, like I said, play the game on his level.
Yeah.
We'll get all the people, and
neighbors.
you know, maybe I'll take some photo shots of the dogs every time I walk by, but I'm not gonna call.
The police every time, because that's taking resources
No.
from real things that
No,
really happen.
I'm just gonna let it. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
And if he does call the cops on me when I'm taking photos, because
Like, I'm not on your property.
I'll just say, look, here's a video. Here's a video. Here's a video. Are you saying that every video I have here, I'm gonna call you because you're doing it for him? That's what I'm gonna point out. Because if you're doing it for him, you're gonna be here almost 3 times a week, and then I guess you guys are gonna have to really decide
Figure out something.
Figure out something because I'm not doing that. Video. I didn't call you for those videos. Mm-hmm. And there it is, being aggressive. You know, so you guys decide. And what's that phrase I've been taught? Put the monkey on someone else's back.
Yep.
Put the monkey on someone else's back. Anyway, I know we talk about the IG. We're
It's been so busy.
It's been so busy. It's there, but we have to tweak it. We're in a situation where the name does not completely exactly match the name. So we're trying to figure out and make sure that since this channel hasn't really blown up, when I
It's
say blown up,
starting- it's
yeah, we've got
starting.
18 subscribers, but
Yeah.
you know, we are consistent, 2 videos a week and stuff like that. We just trying to figure out where we're gonna go with the name. We love to talk it up. A lot of people like it because
We're actually trying to figure out where we're ordering our wall sign.
Yeah.
We've got the wood, and it's sitting in the room here on the floor.
getting acclimated.
Getting acclimated. We were going to put it up, but then yesterday at the potluck party, one of
We
our
are gonna
neighbors
do
who
some
does,
work for her bedroom.
I'm getting my closet of
Her
my dreams.
closet. So do some
he
recording
said-
on that.
Yes.
if
so
he's
he
okay
said,
with it.
If he's going to be here doing work already, he said, I will put the wall up for you. So
Yeah.
we don't have to do
But
it.
you're gonna help
But
him.
I'm going to help him.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is going to be a project. And what's going to be good about it, we have a pipe that comes above
There-
us.
It's our drain pipe.
Yeah, so hopefully he can box it,
Box it in and make it
but
cool.
make it accessible that you can
Pop it up.
pop it open,
Yes.
and there's a
You can
cap
put a
right
hinge.
there. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'm an IT person,
He can put a hinge.
but yeah. So, and then he can really give us the idea of the wire
Yeah.
for this sign. We're gonna look at signs today.
I'm
And
excited.
Yeah, this is good. And our box should be coming in tomorrow for our mics. We're not going to have them up yet because I have to test them out because they're going to be hooking up to a laptop. But we'll probably...
Except the laptop right here.
No, the laptop could be over there. It's just how everything works. I've got to really do a test run.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so-
I really enjoy doing this. I really like talking on our page. We have gotten a comment here and there from
Yeah. And I'm
people
still
who
doing my walking. Walking was a lot.
He's getting there slow, but he's getting there.
Yeah, so like I said, it was 192, so that's good. You know,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, I'm hoping to be by summertime. 185. I would like one. You said 180, but
I'm being
no.
optimistic
Yeah,
for
listen,
you.
you set
Get
those
moving more,
goals.
yeah.
And 185 is great. 180 would be really better.
Yesterday they kept calling me Skinny Mini.
Oh, they did.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, you look fantastic. A lot of them kept saying, you look fantastic. You're doing great.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
So it's kind of a motivator.
Yeah.
And
when you
I
post
actually
it,
posted a video on my private social media on my story because I like that it disappears. I got abs.
yeah. Got abs.
I have abs, people.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's all coming together. It is a lot of work, especially I
I give it to
the ones that do
other-
this. Yeah.
Other couples that
So
have these social media.
But some
and
do it
have been
full
doing
time,
Yes, we
and
don't
some
do it
do
full
it
time.
Well, when I say full time, this is their full time job.
Yes.
And some of them are like me, where they have their regular job and then they put this in there. But it really grew because people, like I said, hey, you guys should do it. The long relationship, and we have a channel with all
Private
our
family channel.
Yeah, family videos, barbecues, events, year-end montage, capturing everything from the year and stuff like that. So it just kind of came natural. It's just doing all this part is learning it.
It's learning it.
And taking it step by step to do it correctly. So if you've got to make some kind of correction, it's not major.
Yeah.
And that's what's holding up the IG and TikTok, I think.
Well, I just finally downloaded the TikTok onto my phone.
No, I know, but we got to create our personal accounts, but then creating the talk it up is.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to get to it. Between that, prepping the house for the spring, our youngest is graduating junior high, so he's going to high school in September. So
we're gonna do an upgrade to his room.
We're doing an upgrade to his room.
Which wasn't added,
putting it in the teen mode for him.
I mean, he's 14, or he's going to be 14.
He's going to be 14 next week.
But we wanted to really say, hey, this room is going to change.
We have a lot going on.
Yeah, all within budget.
All within budget.
Because one is, I got my retro pay coming up from. We get our raises supposed to be January, but we never get it till like March, so it's going to be retro. So that's like 3 months plus the taxes. April. We got some money back from the taxes, about $800-900.
Yes. So
actually, it comes out to $1,000 with the state stuff like that.
So that's beating. Since we're trying not to use our regular income coming in for these things, we're using that to do the upgrade in our bedroom.
And some of this stuff is purchased with a little bit of savings, a little bit of the paycheck. So we're gonna add Aiden's room into it. We're not doing our bedroom set. We're just doing the flooring in the closet. So maybe
we can make the closet big enough where you can finally share it.
Yeah, okay, that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. My closet is in the office. I think what we do is maybe we'll do a tour of the house. Actually, show you. No, I think let's show.
Oh, not now. That carpet is ugly.
It's real though. It's supposed to be unscripted.
That carpet is. Listen,
all right.
It skeeves me out.
All right, so not with the new flooring, but you're gonna see this is the bedroom set we've had for 20 years.
I know. It's that Formica. I'm dying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's heavy Formica furniture from the.
Oh yeah, me and Jeremy got to bring it down.
That's going to be interesting bringing it down when we get new furniture.
Yeah. But no, I think it'll be good because for those that are, like I say, things happen. We had a pink bathroom for 18 years. You do it when you get there and you got the money and little by little. Yes. And the bedroom, like I said, you will do the tour and you can see, and I'll throw a couple of pictures of how the living room looked back then and even the backyard. But
the kitchen
itself was from 1965.
Originally, yeah.
Yeah.
Our kitchen
and you made it look a little bit more updated. She did. She did some work, painting cabinet, taking down the wallpaper. But it was a transformation. Everybody says, wow, it's really nice. And I tell people, I'm like, first thing I tell them is like,
it's not easy.
It didn't happen overnight. And I just want to tell that people, we had a pink bathroom. I know. I'm just, so, we're happy.
Yes.
But it's hard work, and when it's time, and stuff like that. So anyway, we're over 30 minutes. Like, subscribe, share.
Give us your opinion on our topic today.
Definitely, you can't choose your neighbors when you buy a house, so hopefully you get lucky.
Make the best of it.
Yeah, hopefully, bring an apple pie or cookies and, try to work it out, But take care, everybody.
Stay healthy and take care, everyone.
Bye.